nothing. Even the great John Barrymore had to work as a cartoonist on a newspaper before they realized what a great actor he was. And what a great actor he was. Gosh, I remember in London, Ida and I sat the opening night to see John Barrymore in Hamlet. Oh, gosh, we stopped counting after 22 curtain calls. The audience threw their hats up in the air, and the next day, the critics threw their adjectives even higher. What an actor. And what a delightful ego he had. Oh, did he have an ego? Oh, he was on my show many times. One time he said to me, Edward, my son, my greatest regret in the theater was that I could never sit out front and watch me. You know, I never talk about John Barrymore without thinking a little bit about Orson Welles, who has some of the Barrymore in him. He's been in Italy making pictures for a long time. I met him in Rome last summer. I said, Orson, has being in Italy so long affected you in any way? He says, nothing at all, Paisan. I feel it just the same like I was in Hollywood. You know, he's done every conceivable thing in the theater. And 6 years ago, he started out on a lecture tour. The first day, Friday, matinee, Grand Rapids, Michigan. An auditorium which seats 5,000 people. How many people do you think were there? I give you my word, 18. 18. Didn't faze him a bit. He called the audience down front and spoke to them. He said, ladies and gentlemen, I am an actor. I'm a producer, I'm a playwright. I design scenery, I make costumes. I'm a composer, I'm a musician, I'm a magician. What a pity there are so many of me and so few of you. You know, one of the favorite songs of Orson Welles is a number which I introduced a long time ago. I have a telegram in my dressing room tonight from Orson Welles asking me to sing it, and for you, Orson, I'm going to do this number which I sang at the Palace back in 1915. A little thing called Ballin the Jack. Here it is. Folks in Georgia about to go insane. I'm the only person who's to blame. I'm the party introduced it there. So give me credit for knowing a thing or two. Give me credit for springing something new. I will show this little dance to you, and when I do, you'll say that it's a bear. First you put your two knees close up tight. Swing to the left and then you swing to the right. Step around the floor kind of nice and light. Twist around and twist around with all of your might. Put your loving arms out in space, then you do the eagle rock. Style and grace. Put your foot way around. Bring it back. That's what I call Ballin the Jack. Yeah. Oh. Twist around with all of your might. Yeah. Not bad for a grandfather, huh? Way around. Bring it back. And that's what I call Ballin the Jack. Guys, they were the John Barrymores and Orson Welles. And directly across the track in show business from Barrymore and Welles is probably the most lovable guy in all of show business. A fella by the name of Jimmy Durante. Oh, you know, Jimmy has a language all his own. You can't write for him. He makes up his own words. I was in Miami Beach with him a little while ago, and we were coming here to New York to play a benefit. I said, Jimmy, let's fly. He says, who's flying? If Mother Nature wanted me to fly, she'd have made me with feathers. I sat in the drugstore having a sandwich the other day, and he came in. I said, sit down, Jimmy, have a triple-decker sandwich. He says, I can't eat a triple-decker sandwich. My nose gets stuck in a second deck. You know, my friends, I go back with Jimmy Durante further than with any other guy in show business. Carrie Walters in Coney Island, don't faint. The year 1909. I was a singing waiter, and so was Eddie Jackson. And Jimmy Durante was our piano player. And we had an unwritten law. You could never say to a customer, This song, I don't know, no matter what it was. If you never heard it in your life, you never heard it, you'd yell the title to the piano player. He never heard it. He'd play something, you'd sing something, and the guy thought he heard something. Like, for instance, the guy called you over and says, hey, you, come here. You with the big eyes, come here. I want you to sing Easter Sunday night. Doing a show for the USO on Easter Sunday night. Okay, Jimmy, Easter Sunday night for the... Easter Sunday night for the USO. My friends and I are giving a show with 2 pianos, no fiddle. Standing up there in the middle, singing songs, telling jokes, getting a smile out of all of the folks. Gotta get going, mustn't be slow. Easter Sunday night for the USO. The guy would invariably say, this is Easter Sunday night for the USO. He said, well, mister, there must be 2 of them. That's the one we always do here, see? So we give you a quarter and you drop in the cigar box. Now, we had a trick. In the event the guy asked you for a song, the title of which you could do nothing with, we had a trick. We'd sing the title directly in his puss, see? Walk around the room with double talk for the rest of the song, come back for the title, and the darn fool thinks he heard something, you know? Like this, if the guy should say, hey, you, come here. Hey, Banjo Eyes, come here. Do you know the song, standing outside a Lindy's restaurant and looking at the wonderful stuff in the windows and in the back and the people are reading in Lindy? Do I know that? Jimmy, standing outside of Lindy's looking through the window in the hole in the bus. Standing outside of Lindy's, looking through the windows at the gorgeous cheesecake inside. And when you know you don't forget to pay the good you get for nothing, hold it in the face, the coat, standing outside of Lindy's, looking through the windows at the gorgeous cheesecake inside. Don't mind the bagel at the gorgeous cheesecake inside. You know, Jimmy Durante taught me a song in those days, which I do to this very day for sentimental reasons. Every time I sing the song, I think about Jimmy, and I don't know how you can have a nicer thought. It's a song called Josephine, Please No Lean on the Bell. Here we go. Josephine and Joe were so in love, oh, so in love, so much in love. In the hall for hours they would stay. When Josephine came in, she'd hear her mother say, Josephina, please don't lean on the bell. When you go, please don't push the bell. I heard Mrs. Caruso telling Mrs. O'Flynn, somebody keeps ringing, but nobody comes in. You can squeeze all you please, that's all right. But don't keep us from sleep every night. When you make love in the hall, stay away from the wall. Josephina, please don't lean on the bell. Oh, you come up from work and you wanted the supper. I'm a cook of the nice macaron. And you make you sit down, then you make you get up for your fella, he call on the phone. Or you go to the park and you sit in the dark and you make what I call it a pet. It's a lipstick here, it's a lipstick there, you know, get it from meat and spaghetti. Oh, you say goodnight about 11 o'clock, that's what a good gal should do. But you take it too long when they say goodnight, you don't finish till 2:30. Say, why you don't bring your fella upstairs, ravioli with peppers I cook? You can make it the love with the kiss and the hug and the mom and the pop and the look. Don't I bring you up and I make you fat with the soup and the pasta fazool? But you stay up until late and I make you thin. What's the matter, you making me fool? Why, you don't get married and raise the pan, and I make you the promise I keep. I'll buy you the furniture and pay for the rent and we all can get us some sleep. Josephina, please don't lean on the bell. When you mush, please no push the bell. You